Hello, Bocce World. You got the first weekly Bocce sports talk show, Respect the Line, featured only on the BBN's YouTube channel. Host here, Danny Catullo, along with my co-host, Matthew Taylor. As we like to start off a show, we have the Court Report, which is the weekly recap from the tournaments that were. Taylor, we had some big tournaments last weekend. We had the VFW won by Castle Kitchens. That's the team of Braden, PJ, Dante Micheletti, and Michael Nardone putting his stamp on another tournament win.
Yep. Yeah, he's yeah. We'll talk about that in a minute. What else do we have going out there in the bocce world?
Well, first of all, VFW just tournament results. So we had the Michelettis. It was PJ, Braden, Dante, and Michael Nardone with the win. From second place, we had the team of Vivo plus the JJ guys. I believe they were called Vivo's Barbare, with Jonathan Vivo, Bobby Mitt, Freddie, and Lap. And then in third place was Bulls Taverns, and Ron Dogg's team got fourth, finished up fourth. And that was at the VFW in Farrell, Pennsylvania. The other tournaments that we had over the weekend were a tournament in Columbus, and that tournament was one that I played in. That was at the Columbian Italian Festival. That tournament was won by LBA, the Kentucky team consisting of Michael Hilvers, his wife Holly, Chris Chemalinsky, and his wife Kathy. They beat my team of the Catullo brothers that I played with my three brothers, Angelo, Carmen, and Anthony. Team Bocce Bros 2 was third place. That was the Caginis, along with two other players. And the fourth place was the Lovell family team. So great tournament there in Columbus with a fantastic live atmosphere. One of the biggest atmospheres I've seen in bocce.
Nice.
Also from last week was a tournament out in Marin, California. That tournament was won by Ben Campbell and Jessica. They got first place. It was a USBF mixed doubles tournament. Second place was Mark Wolf and Emmy. And third place was Rich and Bonnie. So congrats to those three teams out there. And then we had another tournament, because that's all we have here in America is lots of bocce tournaments. And that one was the ABC Log Cabin Invitational. And that tournament was won by Gem Bocce, a great team that was consisting of two players that I know that you know, and that's Anthony LaBarbera and Julian Batula, and also Anthony Martucci and Kenny. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I believe it's Diasololis from Elmwood Park. So 3-peat champions for that ABC Log Cabin. And you say those guys can't play on dirt. Nice little outside tournament for them at the Log Cabin.
Yeah, for sure.
So
and then we had one in MVR too, right? We had one in MVR.
Oh, we did. And so we had one there. It was called the Golden Strings. It was a charity tournament. It was a fantastic showing as well. The winning team there was Cosmo Iamurray, Anthony Capagreco, Diane Sigarani, and Carmelina. And that team beat what we were calling them the Dirty Crows. It was Dirty 30 plus the Croatians. And that was Tina and Jolene, and they played with Silvano and Peter Barak. Third place was Giuliano and Evie's team. They had a fantastic showing. Giuliano was actually hitting, and he did a great job, and they played with Kim and Gina. And then in fourth place was my team, the Purple Cat team, with Ben Diaz, Bo Wetzel, myself, and our two young ladies that played with us, Amy and Sarah Wicker.
Oh, you played in that one too? You played both.
Yeah,
Did you double whammy a weekend?
There's Ron Dog and there's Danny Cat. And we played two tournaments in a weekend sometimes.
You played both. You're out in Columbus and you came back to MVR. Wow, what a true grinder, Danny. That's that's impressive, man. Let's talk about that tournament first, okay? So Anthony wins another one. Diane, actually, I saw the The short, what a great shot by Diane. Good for her. We had a lot of conversations about female players recently, and it's nice to see that she stepped up, made a shot at the end of the game to win it. It was
So
a
how
pretty
about
big
this?
moment there. I liked it.
She played in Columbus as well, and so we came back so that she could play with her team that they won it last year. So it's a two-time
Hmm.
champion of the Golden String tournament, and she played as a hitter with Jen Hardy on the other side for that tournament in
Yeah,
Columbus. And so she had all that experience hitting. They got fifth, sixth in Columbus, doing playing those multiple days, and she just carried that over. That confidence hitting the ball, and she made that not only that big hit there, but I think she had like 3 or 4 hits, only missed one as the second roller. And from Capogreco's words, she was the MVP. She played fantastic.
that's awesome. Okay, congrats to them. Congrats to her. I mean, how about Petey and Silvano trying to get 2 in a row? Um,
But in Youngstown, they try to come. They're coming into Youngstown
yeah,
and trying to
they
steal
tried to
it.
flex. They tried to flex us out in from Cleveland into Youngstown, dude. That's you know what? Good job, Cap. Good job, buddy. Way to not let the Croatians come in and take over. It's great.
So
Um,
that was
but
a
yeah,
that was a
they
loud
tried
chirping
going for 2.
championship. Did you hear that? Did you hear all the
Yeah.
chirping going
So
on?
yeah, listen. We've talked extensively in our podcast on Respect the Line about trash talking and bocce. Let me tell you something. Cosmo's number one. He's loud after every time he hits a ball. He lets the other team know he doesn't care. He's there to have fun, torch the other team when he makes good shots. Like, good for him, man. He's out there having fun. But Cosmo's definitely on is number one shit talkers in bocce for sure.
Yeah, he's went from maybe like in the top 10, top 20 to after that day, just
Yeah,
number one
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
He was talking
I
shit.
heard he
If
was
you try to
ruthless.
grab a measurement tape to go measure it against him, he was talking shit on you grabbing a measurement tape.
Yeah, yeah. It ain't close. It ain't close. Don't waste your time. Yeah,
Don't break
he
your
was something
back.
else, man. Yeah,
Yep.
he's something else, man. Something else. Well, congratulations to those guys. Also, Danny, congratulations on your second and Columbus. I know. Listen, I hate second place. It's like kissing your sister, but
It,
listen, good run. And you also play with your family. That's awesome. Like it's always fun to make a deep run in that tournament. So how many teams were in that tournament out in
So there
Columbus?
was, I believe, 24 teams that played 23, 24. And the way that you do it is you play on Friday, you play all the way to the Winners' Championship. That's the only game that you don't play. So we had gone undefeated, went 4-0 on Friday, played the Winners' Championship, beat LBA the first game, beat them pretty bad. And then it condenses down to one court, and LBA, won the obviously the game against Kujini, and his father and Cody Kajemi and John Panico beat them. And then as LBA came up to play us, they had just gotten off the court, super hot, beat us pretty bad the first game of the championship, and then just like at MVR when the team just needed to get go back to playing,
Yeah,
uh, then
yeah.
we then we were taking a lead, and we made a fantastic 3-pointer on our side, and my brother Carmen rolled just like a freaking peach, like one of the best balls that you could roll on this dirt court with a little bit of rocks in there. And Mike Hovers he looked over at it and was staring it down. And I looked at the cameraman and I said, "This guy's gonna stick it." And just as stick it comes out of my mouth, this dude just lays it right there. And they just, they
Yeah,
deserve it more than anyone to win that tournament. Sucks not to get it. It just absolutely is terrible. Not happy in the moment. Taking the second place picture, I just don't know how to smile during those. But
yeah.
after reflecting the next day, I never had more fun playing than playing with my 3 brothers. It was pretty amazing experience.
Right.
Pretty special.
Yeah, nice. Listen, there's something I'm telling you that's a real thing. I know we don't want to get too much into the talking of it, but uh, when you're sitting and you're waiting, the other team is playing and they're hot. It is really hard to just get up and play elite. It's tough. It's happened to me. It's happened to plenty. You could ask any other team that's undefeated and has to wait. It's tough. But congratulations to Chris, Mike, Holly, and Kathy. Good stuff.
Well
Good stuff.
deserved. And then just Ben Campbell. I think you've watched him. We just did the clip of Jessica
Yes.
with her game-winning hit. and their little dance move after, which was fun. But Ben, you got to
Yeah.
meet when he came over to Lorenzino's in Youngstown and played the singles. A pretty elite hitter. That was one of his balls that he stuck. That was there. That was the game point.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to actually speak to Ben when he was here for the singles, but I watched 3 of his games and he played really well. Never seen him before. He rolled well, he hit well. Very good player. He looks comfortable on the court, so I'm not shocked to hear that he won a tournament out that way.
And then Log Cabin, this team, this Gem Bocce team, 3-peat champions out there. And, what we've seen now coming out of Chicago is those playing in the outdoor courts, the competition just starts getting better and better and better as more and more of those players have now been traveling around, playing at different courts, different tournaments. These ABC players who used to play just on carpet, just like they're playing everywhere now and they're kicking butt. So not surprised to see this team win with a couple of really good players that you and I have seen. And Anthony as well has traveled too. I don't know if you've seen him play, but also another fantastic player from Gem.
Yeah. Congratulations. Awesome stuff. All right, Danny. So let's get right into the upcoming tournament. We have a huge one this week. The Molisani Fall Classic, baby. I know. Great tournament. I think it's just as big, if not as big, as the summer tournament. I said that, the main difference with this one is that it's bracketed. So, the tournament's bracketed. It's not run all the way through. And if I'm not mistaken, they have more teams for this one than they did in the summer, correct? I mean, I think they're pushing 70 teams.
They're close to it. I don't know what the final numbers ended up working, but I mean, other than bracketed, this is such a huge tournament, and it has teams from all across the country.
Yes. And as I've been looking at these rosters over the last 24 hours, they're stacked, man. I mean, there's so many good teams. They're going to be vying for 4 spots, 2 and 2. So 2 winners, 2 losers. But if you make it back, you make it back with no losses. I'm not quite sure how the structure goes. I'm pretty sure that the winners of it, essentially, what they might be getting a bye. Is that how it goes? Or
no bye? The winners in this tournament, which is a little controversial, but a winner in this tournament is going to have to play against someone that's lost in their bracket that's not going to retain their loss.
Okay. Right.
So, I guess what it does protect against is someone that maybe won a weaker bracket or maybe had like a little easier run. Could be playing against somebody in a tougher run. Is going to get their loss and they're going to be able to come back whole.
Right. All right. Well, I'm going to dive right into it, Danny. Thursday bracket. So I think what I was doing was I wanted to pick my 4 winners. Okay. I want you to tell me, what you think about them. So as I'm going kind of down this list, you got Club Molisani number 3 has Aldino DeFranco, Sal DiGiorgio, Franco Aniro, and Renato. Yep. Okay, you're a big Renato fan, man. I mean, those guys, they could make it. They could make it back for sure. Decent squad. But I'll get right into my first team that I think is going to make it to Sunday, and that's CPF Home Inspections. It's Feli, Scala, Joe Cesar, Jim DeFranco, and Tony Melarano. After looking at this, they are probably the favorites overall in this bracket. I don't think it's a question. I think they're the favorites for sure.
I think Tony's in the lead role on that team too, right?
Yes, I was looking at that too. Tony's probably going to lead role. Yes, I know that Joe's probably going to lead hit. Feli likes to hit second, and Jim will probably roll second. So yes, very good team.
We played against them in the spring tournament. It's a tough team, man. They're just tough.
They're tough.
Come out every different,
and it's a different beast, dude. They know these courts. Molisani, it's Molisani. The Cleveland guys, they play league and pickups there every day. Like they're good there. It is what it is. Another team I do like, FP Supplies. James Salvaggio, who's running the tournament. Good job, by the way, James. You always run a pretty good tournament. Frank Rossi, Dave Melarano, and Ron Rear. Ron Dog. I kind of like that team. They're tough. They're fighters. They're good players, and they all can shoot and hit. I'm assuming
one
Dave.
One of the Mr. Molisani's on that team, Frankie Rossi.
Yes. Yes. I believe Dave will probably lead role on that team. Rossi will roll second. Ron Rear will shoot first, and Salvaggio will hit second. Going to be my guess
Yeah,
as far as how that's going to roll.
I think the way they set up for this tournament, that sounds about right. And when I say
Yeah.
Frank is Mr. Molisani, he won the singles championship, club championship there. Frank can do everything.
Right.
He can do everything. There.
Right. I agree with you. So that's my second team I think is going to make it. My third team, probably not going to be a shocker, is the Hunters. Okay. We got Silvano, Petey Barak, Nick Dodona, and Milan Jurkic. Okay. It's Petey, dude. Every tournament, Pete's always there. I am done betting against Petey. It's not going to happen. That's going to be my third team I think is going to make it back. And then my fourth
Pete's
team.
a top 10 shooter. You were wrong. Pete's a top 10 shooter. The kid's a stud.
Yeah, he is.
He's getting better with age. He's like a fine wine.
Yeah. Like a fine wine, man. Like a fine wine.
And there's no better conversation than him and Silvano trying to talk what to do. Him and the Walrus. It's the best.
Yeah, for sure. And then I have a fourth team. I'm gonna say them, and then I have 2 or 3 other teams I also think will have something to say about making this one. But the fourth team I will pick, and I'm doing it out of it just has to be done, is Watertight Roofing. You got Mike Triv, Pino, Billy Batters, and Joe Palumbo. Okay. 3 of those guys have won a Molisani tournament before. Actually, the past 2 years they've won the big tournament. Actually, all of them. I forgot. Billy Batters won it this last year. It's really hard for me not to put that team in as making it to Sunday. I just can't do it. So
it's the same team that won the spring, and they substituted Carl Greenaway, fantastic, obviously player in one of your top tens, and then for Pino, Pino, oops,
right. Who I think he's going to be playing his natural position this tournament. It's going to be dangerous. He's going to be shooting second, I would assume. So, that team is good for sure. And then I got a couple here. Waterloo for sure with Rocco Guerreri, Bruno, Keith Lavrich, and Claudio. Okay, they not only can make Sunday, they could win the tournament. Like you could probably put them in the top 15 to 16 teams that could win the tournament, right? Like you have to. Mm-hmm. It's just it's just what it is. And then there's also Matrice Club, Lou Fatica, Mario DeLillo, and Vic Melarano. They don't have a fourth yet, so I'm curious to see who that is. But listen, their club, it's Lou. Lou's a dog. They have a good team.
They might even get Alex, Lou's son. I mean, they're always dangerous there.
Yes. And there's one more that I looked at, and I say it because I seen Oliver Markin's name on it. Okay. Perk Consulting. Mm-hmm. You can say what you want about Oliver. He's a player. I've seen him play there a lot. He's very comfortable. Every team he has there usually does really well. I think he made the last 7 Sundays at Molisani in the summer. It's hard to not give them a shout out there. So that's kind of my Thursday bracket here. What do you think?
Fair enough. I think just a couple of notes, how it pertains from what you just said about the teams going into the bracket. That Waterloo team, they don't play any of the teams that you mentioned in their first 3 games, so they could very easily go 3-0. Have a ton of confidence about themselves.
Right.
But one of the games that I think is going to be really, really large is first one, FP Supplies versus Hunters. First game. One of those 2 teams.
Wow, that's the first game? See, I don't have the brackets here. That might have changed a little bit. Listen, they're playing first game? Wow.
They're playing their first game against each other. What a game.
Okay,
who do you got winning that game? Who do you like it?
FP Supplies versus Watertight?
FP Supplies versus Hunters. Silvano,
Hunters.
Keith Barak.
Hunters.
Yep, Nick Dodona and Milan.
I got to be honest with you. Petey's not the team you want to see first game. I'm sorry. I think he wakes up ready to play. Ron Dog and Dave and them guys, it might take them a little bit of time to get going. Ron Dog's team is the team I don't want to see in the losers bracket, right?
Yep.
I'm going with Hunters. I'm going with Hunters game 1 for sure.
Love it.
For
Love
sure.
it.
For
Love it.
sure.
All
All
right, let's
right.
move on to Fridays.
Yeah, Fridays. Friday. So this one is loaded. I mean, absolutely loaded. I have my 4. I'm just going to go right off the top. The first team I see,
Yep.
ABV. They won this thing 97 times. Maybe not the Fall Classic, but they won Molisani a million times in a row. It's Dennis Drenard, Anthony Croce, Dom Maveni, Mike Frabata. They're the favorites in this bracket. They're always going to be the favorites in this bracket until they just never make Sundays, and that would probably never happen. So they're my number 1 team coming out of there. Next is Adelio's. Marco Orlando Jr., Sergio DeFranco, Richie DeFranco, Jason Melorano. Another team. They got second here.
Loaded.
Was it not this past year, the year before, right? Or was it this last year? I can't remember.
They got a version of them got second the last 2 years in the spring.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like it was a version of them. I believe one of them couldn't play, and Jason might have had a wedding, and Doug Carter came in.
Yep. So yeah, so that's my second team. They could easily win the tournament. I mean, they're top 5, top 6 teams that can win the tournament. Again, here we go. Another one. Club Molisani number 4. Pete Melorano, Russ Maraglio, Frank DeSillo, and Ron Cap. Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, like this bracket's insane. You just those 3 teams alone, it's insane. That's my third team that I think is going to make it. And then my 4th, I am going to go with New York, Ohio connection. Nico Fox, Tony Melorano Jr., Mason Harrison, and Doug Carter. Mason is coming out here. You know I love Mason, bro. You know I love that dude. I think he's one of the best. I got him in my top 10. He's coming down here. How can I not pick him? He's the 4th team I'm picking.
He has all the respect aligned pressure on him because if
all
he doesn't perform,
listen,
I'm
bro.
going to be all over you on Mason. as much as I love him, though, you've been talking this dude up to everybody.
I know.
And, I can't wait to see him perform.
Yeah, listen, we're going to be doing a preview of him too for next week's episode. So yeah, and then there's a couple other teams on here I'm looking at. So you got Club Molisani number 6, John Calabrese, Bruno Iannetta, Raph, and John Coscio.
JK.
Yeah,
that's a good team too.
Yeah, Raph also, he's Federico. He lost a couple points. I'm not going to divulge why. He was my favorite player in Bocce. Raph was second. Raph might have taken Chris. Chris, you're still my man. You're still number 2 on my list of favorite people. Raph is number 1. He's the nicest guy. He's a killer. He can roll. Another guy we probably didn't mention again. He doesn't play too much, but when he does, he's very good. So that's one team I was looking at, and then you got.
Just keep going down the
I thought
list.
about mentioning him, but
you got the Farinaccis. Like do Farinaccis miss Sundays? like they're in this bracket too. This bracket is loaded. And Val, Anthony, and Sal Santillo. I don't know if you know that, but what are they at second place?
Yep. That's another good one.
They got third place in the spring. Oh my
and then
God.
Chuck Britton, dude. I have never beaten Chuck Britton ever. Senior or junior, both of them. I don't ever beat them. I mean, listen, this bracket is loaded. Then you have Dan Drago, Steve Bubba, Nick Cap, and Cameron. I mean, like, what's going on here? Yeah, this bracket's loaded, but those are my 4. So I'll repeat them for anyone who doesn't remember. It's going to be ABV, Adelio's, Molisani number 4, and New York, Ohio Connection is my top 4 out of that bracket.
I mean, just loaded. And we're also going to have the Chicago teams coming up to play then. I mean, Cork and Bottle. There's just so many good teams. It's going to be just a fantastic bracket of bocce. What I've noticed is these teams are kind of like a little spread out year 4. So there's a chance that they really don't see each other till like game 3. But there's always upsets along the way, and it's never chalk when it comes down to it.
Right. I agree with you. All right, we're going to move on to now Saturday morning bracket, which I am playing in. Obviously, I'm going to go with my team. as the number one coming out of there. It's me, Robert Stewart, Anthony Capogreco, and Maurizio Pirelli. We had to grab a Chicago dude to come out here and play with us. Carl Greenway originally was with us, couldn't make it. We were able to pull out Maurizio. So that's going to be the first team. Second team I see is very, very obvious, which easily could be considered the favorite out of this bracket and in the tournament, is Lorenzino's. You got Dante Chiavetti, Matt Estes, Gianni Calesi, and Bobby Gentile, who you love Bobby Gentile. Think he's the best. I do too. Great team, and they're sickos on synthetics. So that'll be interesting. The third team I have is LBA, fresh off their Columbus win. We're gonna go with Chris Chim, Mike Hilvers, Kathy Chim, and Holly Hilvers. So I think that's another team. They're used to that. They're used to that facility. They played there many times. They're grinders. They don't give up a lot of big frames. Like, they're tough to play, man. I got them in there in that one, so I kind of like them. And then the fourth team, we're going to go with Trepepi Consulting. You have Tim Trepepi, Santino Emanuel, Dante Lovell, and Paul Lewis Jr.
What an interesting team. That's a very interesting team.
Paulantino driving out. You got Dante Lovell and Tim Trepepi. Listen, they're players. They can find it and figure it out, put it together. I can see them coming out of that bracket.
That's a lineup too, where like sometimes you grab 4 players, you don't always know where you're going to put them. But this is like Tim leads roles, Dante's 2, great 2 player, maybe one that you missed on your list. Tino is a second hitter, and PLJ lead hitting.
Absolutely.
I played with PLJ, and that guy just hits balls, and he loves Paulino, loves it.
Yeah.
And we all know that Dante and Tino have the stones to go after Paulino too, if they feel like the frame is lost. Man, that's gonna be a fun team to watch.
Yeah, for sure. So that's my top 4 for the Saturday morning bracket.
Just want you to look out for this possible upset alert. I'm calling it now. Is the Jensen 156 team is playing against Lorenzino's, and that's Mike Augusto, Aaron Augusto, Ryan Riley, and Jeff Cook.
Oh,
definitely a team that could put Lorenzino's into the losers bracket. You never know. Dante might be tired.
Hold on.
Building a club. He says the bar open.
Hold on. Are you calling it? Are you calling it, Danny?
Some grease on his fingers,
Danny, hold on. Are you calling the upset? We need to know. Is that an upset?
I'm calling the upset right here. Jensen 156 beat Lorenzino's Saturday morning.
I like it.
You heard it here first. Respect the line.
I like it. Beautiful. All right, going right into Saturday night. This actually has the least amount of teams, if I'm not mistaken. It is. Saturday evening has 13 teams, so the shortest bracket. The one of the ones that sticks out to me for sure is IMBS. You got Sean New, Danny Pisano, Jimmy Pisano, Mike Pisano. The Pisano family. If Sean could change his name to Pisano, he probably would. Listen, Sean and Jimmy are really, really good rollers there. And if Mike and Danny hit, again, they're one of the top 15 teams that can win the whole tournament. So that's my first team. We're going to go with Danny Catullo, Legal Seafoods in the house. I'm picking you guys. Danny Catullo, Corey Whitway, Sean Nelson, and Vito. I like it.
I like it a lot. Same thing. We went up to Chicago to get our 4th. Bring down Vito.
I like it. No, that's a good team. You guys have a chance to win it as well. And then we're going to go with Lorenzani, which is that kind of like what is Rock trying to do there with the
Molisani for the Danny Trepepi and Steve Morgano and Lorenzino's for Rock and Nardone.
Yes,
we'll play on words there.
Yeah, people actually don't know this. Me, Dan Trepepi, Jason Melorano, and Stewie got 4th in this tournament last year. I actually played with Dan and Jason. I don't remember how that team came about, but we actually did pretty well there. Dan Trepepi, great hitter. You got Steve, you got Rock, and you got Nardone. Nardone's fresh off a couple victories, just won this past week. He's trying to earn that respect. He's gonna play well. So we'll give him that love here.
Is win. I just feel like all Rock does is win. he's been like just
Right.
matched up with different teams, and like this has been the year of Rocky DeLisio.
Yeah.
Retired from his normal day job and now being the GM of the fantastic club Lorenzino's. So he gets to
Yep.
live and breathe bocce every single day. Uh,
Yep.
but I did run into Danny Trepepi this morning at 7:30 a.m. We both arrived in Boston. We were both here for work. So Danny might be a little tired. He has to travel back on Thursday. I'm gonna try to push his flight a little later.
Ooh.
So,
Oh,
so
that's
can make
tough
him
then.
more tired than me.
I didn't know that insider info, man. We might have to change that pick here. I see two other
Ran
teams.
right into him going to the rental cars. I look over at this guy in this Cleveland hat, and it's Danny Trepepi.
All right,
Just
and
a
then
couple bocce players out there for work.
just a couple. I'm gonna have to go with Pope's Saints. As much as I hate it, I have to. Okay. Dante
Love your team.
Micheletti, he was a dog this past weekend. Somebody actually questioned Dante being in my top 10, Dante Micheletti, top 10 rollers. If you would have watched him play this weekend, that you would have seen why. He's a robot. He's a machine. He rolls balls. That's his job, okay? He's going to play well this weekend. I know it. He's got his dad, PJ. Mike Robertson, also one of my favorite guys. Two-roller, great player. He's probably going to be shooting, I would guess, first or second this one, though. Frank Pope is definitely going to shoot first. Robertson's probably shooting second would be my guess. So
I will guarantee that Robertson shoots first and Pope second. That dude loves the ball.
Then they won't win.
Refuses to hit first. He refuses to hit first.
Then they won't win. Popio's job should be to have one ball, do one thing, shoot the ball. That's it, because you choke. I'm gonna say it until you finally win one. Popio, you're a choker. You need to shoot first. So if you want to win, shoot first. Still a good team. So I think was that my four? That was my four.
That's your third. We're looking for your fourth one here. There's a couple to pick from.
So this one's obvious. Toronto 777. You got Pat Peasant, Valentina, Rocco, and Ralph. Okay. This is what they do. They play on synthetics. They're good. They know what they're doing. They should be coming out of there. So that's my four for Saturday night.
Four great teams. Some other ones that kind of reach out to me: Versace Law, which is Jimmy Guy, Puccio, David Smith, and your boy Andy Sweeney. They got Lorenzani first game. They got Lorenzani first game, and the winner of that has to go play IMBS. Man, what a tough route there.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
That Talkalana club, they play Pope Saints. I think as far as a potential upset, Nico's father, Freddie Fox, Mikey P, Filippo, and another Meloragno. There's they just keep coming out and
they're coming out of the woodwork. Yeah, coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, Danny Meloragno, who I remember being a tough player, is now playing as well, and I'm sure a member of Molisani too. They're going to be a tough team. And the team that as far as like a team that I'm going to hate playing first, I have to play against my girlfriend, Diane, Carmelina, Julie, and Alicia Howard in the first game.
Yeah.
And that's all I need to hear is if they beat me. That's all I need to hear. So I got to be locked in. We already talked about it, separate beds. No way we're going to be looking at each other before that game. We'll see who's locked in and can be able to do it.
Yeah, Sunday should be a fun one, man. Sunday's probably going to be loaded, and it's going to be awesome. You win this tournament. I mean, you got to consider it a major. 17 teams, 70 teams. Prize pool is going to be big. I mean, come on, man. It is what it is.
It's going to be a fantastic ride. And whoever can be able to get to Sunday, then it's just a crapshoot. You come back without a loss. So you can carry that thing. If you lose the first one early and then end up winning out, it's going to be just very interesting. So 6 courts for those that don't play there. 6 courts, fairly short compared to I think 63 or 65 feet. And the sidewalls huge rondino where you could be able to play it early and it just comes right back out into the middle of the court. And those guys that play there every day. Nice and fast court, a lot different than the synthetic that I have that you do as well, Lorenzino's. So it's going to be a much harder adjustment for those than the local players. So next up is next week in Bocce. Man, there's going to be tournaments galore that are coming up, Taylor.
It's going to be blood next week. Blood.
It's going to be some some great tournaments. First, starting off at NEO Sports Plan in Cleveland, we got the women's singles. Fantastic tournaments can be run by Kathy. So who's going to be coming out
a
of that
women's
thing?
singles.
It's
Yeah.
going to be fun. Love it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be interesting to see if we're able to wear the crown coming
I
out of the
can't wait to
net.
preview that one. I want to look at those. I want to look at them rosters. I'm going to pick my winner for that one for sure. I can't wait.
And some of these women get to be able to show off both their rolling skills and hitting skills. I think the ones that could be able to hit, like just to be able to hit in a pinch, are the ones that can be able to take it. Rolling does win championships. Team rolling, like you said, in 4-person walk or 2 on each side. But in singles, if you can't hit the ball, you're in trouble. Got to be able to do that too.
Agreed.
And then going over to the open side at Lorenzino's, we're going to have a 16-team high-stakes tournament on that Saturday, the 26th, at Lorenzino's with a full bar and a full menu for the first time. The club's going to be like
Thank you, Chiavetti. About time, buddy. About time, dude. Although your gyros suck, hopefully your food's better than your gyros, okay? I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
I'm ready for the wings. That tournament's
yeah, they still don't beat
loaded.
BSB, baby. Still don't beat BSB wings. But go ahead.
Loaded tournament.
Oh, which, by the way, I happen to see the rosters for that tournament already. Not going to divulge. It's going to be a bloodbath there. Loaded. Absolutely loaded.
And so this is the BU Tour's final event. That's 10. Last chance to be able to get points. And then the next day, we got the BU Championship back at Molisani. So that's going to be a fantastic tournament featuring all the
Can't
BU
wait to
Tour
preview
teams.
both. Yep.
And
we'll have the brackets. We'll have the brackets because that tournament's going to be seeded based on the points that you got throughout the year. So that'll be seeded. So it'll be really fun to kind of check that out and see what we got going. And different format, best of 3 each round. I love it.
We're gonna be the preview next week. We thought this week was gonna be long and great, but next week might even be better. Women's single, those 2 events. We also have another tournament. The last one is while everybody's out at the BU Tour Championship, the people that are not playing in that because this bocce's so popular around here, they'll be back at Lorenzino's for a mixed tournament as well. It would be a lot of fun there on that Sunday. So it's just gonna be bocce. Next week's show, man, there's going to be some hot takes. I can't wait. We got one more tournament coming at you from Troy Italian Community Center, obviously in Troy, New York. 20 doubles teams competing from New York, Connecticut, PA, round robin, double elimination tournament. So everybody gets guaranteed 6 games. And this is big for their Empire Cup. So certain teams are trying to be the best in that Empire region of New York. And the Dirtbox Cowboys, they have a couple teams there, probably favorites. Russ Johnson, Joe Peterson from Dirtbox. Russ, obviously a fantastic roller. Joe P, great lefty hitter. Bill Barnett's playing as well with Tommy Verano, another favorite. Michael Scaldone from the BBN, of course, and his brother Zach playing together. So that'll be fun for him. His dad, Lou's, playing with Brad Thayer, fantastic hitter out of upstate New York. Out of Long Island, New York. Paul Calaggia and Tony Porcello from Tokelana. And Nick Sayre is going to be there from Tokelana. Chris Seifert. Man, there's just a lot of great players here. Just some other notable teams. Frank Malache and Joe Izzo coming from the Tokelana club in Rome. We also got little Giancarlo Tofano. He's playing from Connecticut. He's playing with Frank Anelli. And we got the Nelly brothers too, Alan Gregg. Again, going to be big for the Empire Cup here. Nice little doubles tournament. Should be a lot of fun there out in Troy. And with the BBN broadcasting on Saturday, that's 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. this Saturday. And on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. If you don't have enough bocce coming at you from Cleveland, Ohio, Molisani, you could also flip back and forth the YouTube over at BBN and get some great coverage from Michael and the guys there. And Lou, it's going to be just a great weekend for bocce. We're just going to have high quality tournaments everywhere. And I can't wait to get some clips out of this weekend. Going to be a lot of fun. And now it's time for the BBN Top 10. All right, 10 bocce clips coming at you from around the world. Let's start off today coming from the BBN. Oh, baby. It's That's Game. Detroit, Michigan, Palazzo, gorgeous courts, big crowd around. Natalie Scala from Rochester, New York, just hitting and sticking over and over again. This is what I'm talking about. Ladies and gents, that's for game. That's a 2-bagger. Sit on it, baby. Oh, what a shot by Natalie. Number 9. All right, Michael Hilvers up for Kentucky. Terrible camera work. This thing's shaking. This is in Columbus, Ohio at the festival. This one, sticky bun. Oh, baby. Come on close to me and hang out for a little bit. Jeez. I mean, we got to get some better camera work here, but man, that shot is just sick. Absolutely sick. Big time crowd, championship game, big moment. Number 9, Mike Hilvers from Kentucky, LBA. Number 8. All right, Mike Romeo coming from Ohio all the way out to California. This last year, and they just brought it back. The Bocce Bros, thank you. Anything that has Notorious B.I.G. going back to Cali is a song. Look at this either or. It says, come to Papa Paulino. Are you kidding me? What a shot. Ooh, sunny bocce out there in California. Mike Romeo, he might be from Ohio. Well, he's not afraid to get nice and dirty with those California boys. Great hit by Mike. Number 7. Okay, here we go. We got Jessica, game-winning hit, kicks it with her foot out. She's clapping. We got a little off to the side. And then it takes 2 to make a thing go right. It takes 2 to make it out of sight. Oh, baby. I love celebration dances. I mean, she kicks this thing with her left foot. You know, she's just willing that ball to go away. Game-winning hit. Marin, California. Benny Campbell has hit his sticker. Ends up being the game-winning point. And, yeah, that's a good one right there, folks. Number 6. All right, we're back to the BBN. This is the 60-foot
he squeezed it out. I thought he was going to come straight off.
Oh, man, this dude from Lockport. Are you kidding me? Come. Let's stay. Big time shot. Making a 2-bagger right on the sidewall. A little bit of 2-wall action. See the BBN on the outskirts. Oh, anytime there's a crowd, there's a camera. In this case, nice little sideboard action. That's a nice shot. Squeezing it out, getting the point. We like to see that. Lockport Bocce, baby. Number 5. All right, we're back to respect the line content. And Braden Micheletti just lets out a missile out of his right arm. Sends a bocce ball out of the court and through the window. You can't even see the hole. It just goes right through the window. The number 1 comment that everyone sent me is use Stone Cold's music right now. Like the entrance song, Smashed Glass. Here comes Braden Micheletti. Jem Bocce calls it a 2-for-1. Clean up, aisle 3. You kidding me, Braden? Just causing damage. It's not even his first one. Hey, it's so soft. This dude puts a freaking bocce ball through the window. What a hit. Number 4. All right. Anytime that you can make a big shot with like 100 people watching you, hoodies, beanie hats, Columbus Italian Festival 2003. Look at the Cooge repping the Bocce Bros long sleeve. I think you had to pay extra for that one. Bang goes the dynamite. Cooge with the big hit. Courts that were built that day. Nothing like a festival atmosphere for a bocce game. Give it to me one time. Cooge. Boom. Number 3. All right, we got a submission here from Court Strict, USA representative. Big time hitter, big time baller. I mean, this girl might be able to be a fantastic roller. Best women's bocce player in the country, can also freaking hit him with the best of them. Look at this Folo. Boom. Done. See ya. I mean, she's in this thing off the pad like it's nothing. She's acting like, oh, practice makes perfect. Courtney, are you kidding me? Keep hitting it. Keep flexing those arms, girl. Man, that's fantastic. Oh, gotta practice, gotta put in the work. Like Luna Sarah says, practice with a purpose, and Courtney Strickland is doing just that. Coming to you live from Highwood Bocce Club. This girl's smacking it. Can't wait to see her take those talents to Turkey. Number 2, the man, the myth, the legend, Ronnie Cap, with 2 big-time hits at Palazzo. Are you kidding me? And what's with this song? What's with this animal that's watching here? BBN, I don't know. You guys with your clips coming up with something. Look at Ronnie Cap. I don't know what's more annoying, this cat or Ronnie Cap to Jose Bato, because that dude was on fire during this game. He's looking for some credit from Respect the Line. He wants a little shout out. He says, stop showing videos of my son. Show videos of me. I'm Ron Cap. Bringing it. The heat. What a hit. Ronnie Cap, number 2. In the number 1 clip of the week. We got Cap with the call. Diane Cigarani with the hit. Game on the line. Everybody watching. Deep, deep, deep hit. Got to hit close to the back wall. Got to hit it off to the side. Got to make 2. And she smacks it. Get off that floor. Psh. There's the hit. There's the song. There's the reaction. There's the coaching by Cap. Confidence. He says, go ahead and hit that girl. Man, what a hit. Just goes right after it. Unafraid. Unabashed. Put it in God's hands. Just 1, 2, 3, boom. Are you kidding me? What a shot. Game winner. See you later. Ronnie Cap's in this video too. Ronnie Cap's in every video, it feels like. What a shot. Number 1 clip of the week. On Respect the Line. Diane Cigarani with the game-winning hit at Casisa's MVR. And that's your top 10.
I mean, what a shot, man. What a shot. He might be a better game caller than a player, I'm kidding, Cap. I'm kidding. Don't be mad. Listen, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on our YouTube page, Spotify, and Instagram. Respect the Line. Okay, thank you. Subscribe, please.
And we'll be back next week for the same thing on BBN, Respect the Line, premiering 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays. It's our regularly scheduled program. We'll bring you another preview. We'll recap the Molisani tournament. We got a lot going on in the bocce world. Thanks, everybody.
Hit that button. Hit that button. Hit that button.
Like, subscribe. Let's go.